What's good? What's good? It's your boy Rockstar. I come to you humbly out of respect for life and life itself. Want to welcome you to another Rock House video. Please don't forget, please subscribe to the channel Rock House and over there at my mama's house. All right, let's go and jump straight into it. So basically, this was at some type of funeral ceremony, military style. And from what I'm seeing is the women were supposed to lift the coffin. I would beg to assume that it must have been a woman, a female military personnel that passed. I could be wrong. I've never seen a funeral in any format where any woman, for that matter, was the pallbearer. So that was kind of odd to me as well. But being that this went viral, it raises the questions about woman's strength and woman's just physical ability alone to be able to carry out certain jobs that due to feminism, modern times, that they've been able to work on. So, my thoughts is that I never agreed with women being able to be police in full capacity. Same with military. Women don't have no business on no battlefield. And the same with female police. When those cops are out there fighting crime, they're on a battlefield to a certain extent. In a lot of cases, depending on what their particular police job description is. You know what I'm saying? Most people that commit crimes are men. So that alone, should be mandated to being more of men's job. And I already know, I could hear it now. I can hear some of the women now. Oh, you can't say this. We can't do that job. We can do what y'all can. Well, let's take that argument for a sec, right? Then why I don't see none of y'all on oil wheels? Why I don't see none of y'all climbing those 200, 300, 400-foot cell phone towers? Why I don't see none of y'all digging ditches? Why I don't see none of y'all doing plumbing work? Why I don't see none of y'all on top of bridges over oceans and large bodies of water? So when you say that, be mindful of what of your thought process and what you're saying, because there are a lot of jobs that y'all don't want to do. And so don't get complacent with the convenience that you're given the grace of having, simply because you're not a man when it comes to these masculine jobs that y'all have been able to get hired on. So let's keep that in mind, you know what I mean? And so I know people are still they're going to be some females out there that's probably going to have a problem with that or whatever. But, at the end of the day, y'all could talk about me for those that do it, but my wife don't work. So, and she got everything she wants and she don't want for nothing. So, hey, you can talk about me, but do you have to get your ass up in the morning and go to work? Now, I'm not saying my wife's not going to work, but I'm just saying she doesn't have to work. And right now she does not work and she's not wanted for nothing. She's very happy. You know what I mean? And again, I'm going to say this again. She gets anything she wants and she wants for nothing. There's nothing that she's like wanting, like desperate for. You know what I mean? Now they're gonna always want something, you know what I mean? But my point is that, I just don't think women should be in certain jobs. And also, to the woman that may get offended with me by saying that they shouldn't do certain jobs, if I say women shouldn't have to work if they got a man, then you would agree, which basically means that you're being very hypocritical. All I did was change the wording. That's all I did. I never said you're supposed to be limited to certain jobs. I didn't downgrade you to some low level form of employment or anything like that. So be mindful for those that may put words in my mouth. Okay. But at the end of the day, that was very alarming. I mean, how did these ladies get through boot camp? And if so, what is their boot camp as vigorous as the men's boot camp? Because from what I'm seeing, clearly it must not be. But I don't know. I'm gonna ask my boy 2K about this, man. I'm gonna ask him about this too. Hopefully, I can get him on the show on Wednesday so he can kind of give us some expertise on that. He ex-military. But yeah, ladies, I personally don't think that y'all should be doing certain jobs. I really don't. Okay. And that's what's up. Don't forget, y'all, please go like and subscribe to the channel, okay? Support your boy so we can continue to giving you entertaining and informative comment, all right? All right, peace.